Hello, wonderful interpreters, and thank you again for tuning in. The Department of Labor and Industries has finally released their third and last questions and answers document for prospective vendors. Now, this document is revealing a lot of more important details regarding video and phone interpretation appointments and the future of our pay rates. Watch this entire video for all of the details. Now, let's get started. Question number 1 here deals with appointment duration times. The question reads as follows. How long on average is each interpretation request given in the sample contract? So right from the get-go in this breakdown, we can see some pretty revealing numbers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself out of the way and put this image on full screen. Hold on a second. Here we go. The breakdown here starts with how 48% of in-person appointments last between 1 and 2 hours approximately, followed by on-demand appointments with a similar pattern with 46% of appointments lasting between 1 and 2 hours, then over-the-phone appointments with, get this, 87%. lasting for less than 30 minutes and only 2% of appointments reaching 60 minutes or 1 hour or more. And finally, video interpretation appointments with 50% or half of those appointments lasting for less than 30 minutes, with only 11% of those appointments lasting 60 minutes or more. Now, at the bottom here, it says that video appointments account only for 57% of on-demand appointments. Wow. 57%. That's a lot, isn't it? So currently, we can only bill directly for on-demand appointments, as you know, yet L&I lets more than half of those appointments to go to a language agency first, instead of allowing independent interpreters to benefit from those appointments directly, as we have pointed out before, without a middleman. And as we have learned recently, L&I will allow the new company to outsource our video and telephonic jobs out of the country, which will inevitably destroy in-person opportunities in the future, in my opinion, as I have exposed in my last video. And here, L&I is saying that cancellations and no-show requests are included in those numbers from their quarterly report as well, except for in-person on-demand appointments. Very important to take this into consideration as well. Now, this is a very important image, so I'm going to make it full screen as well. Here, you see, before the implementation of this scheduling system, L&I used to increase our pay rate as interpreters consistently, almost every year. And we never had a union, by the way. However, the Interpreters United WFSE Union lied to you before the implementation, right before the implementation, when they were saying that, oh, a scheduling system as the only option is going to be great because supposedly L&I would not drop our pay rate as interpreters, even when they knew L&I was going to pay millions of dollars every year to the current company managing the scheduling system. You see, now here L&I is revealing the real reason why. They're clearly saying here that the rates for interpreters have remained the same because of the pending representation before PERC, the Public Employment Relations Commission, meaning the election process that Washington interpreters started, and because L&I is required to maintain the status quo concerning wages. So yes, we started the election process in 2020, as you know, so that we can have a union negotiating working conditions and pay rates with L&I before they can make any changes. And, I want you to know this. Here's what's real about this situation. If Washington interpreters had not started the election process before the implementation of the current scheduling system, nothing would have stopped L&I from dropping our pay rates, after paying millions of dollars for the scheduling system every year, which is the situation right now. You see, WFSE was never able to start the election process for L&I interpreters because, well, L&I interpreters never wanted them. But we Washington interpreters were able to start the election process. See, we're the only union in the way of L&I dropping our rates and shipping our jobs out of the country. Unfortunately, the WFSE Interpreters United Union has cheated in 3 elections so far while making a mockery of the process by ignoring the PERG rules, and it remains to be seen if we'll have another election. Here, L&I is affirming the fact that they pay interpreters by the minute and that their policy does not allow for an hourly minimum rate. So you see, however, they recognize that rates of pay and other economic compensation will be negotiated with a future union that would be certified by the Public Employment Relations Commission, better known as PERC. By the way, and as a sidebar, several Spanish interpreters have requested us to make videos in the Spanish language for those that feel more comfortable digesting information that way. So because of that, I have created a YouTube playlist of Spanish videos with English subtitles for that purpose. So please feel free to send us your questions, concerns, or topics of interest for these videos. In closing, I hope that now you're going to be able to see why Washington Interpreters has been defending in-person interpretation since the beginning and at the same time advocating for a dual system. You see, we do recognize that the scheduling system is a great tool, especially for those interpreters that are now able to access appointments and benefit from those appointments. That's great. But it has to be balanced out with a dual system that allows independent interpreters to work, cover those appointments, and bill L&I directly using their provider numbers. Yes, which we must fight to keep. Because if we don't, L&I will take our provider numbers away, as they're planning to do. I just showed you this in a video ago, and they're going to favor out-of-country interpreters for video and phone appointments, which in turn will phase out in-person interpretation here in Washington state. I really hope and pray that we get another chance to vote for the right union. In the meantime, please be nice to each other. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.